Warning: this clip may contain greatly offensive content. Do not watch if you have a heart condition or are under 18. I'm not kidding, you will die. Hello bros and welcome to SFX here, BroFive production, and next part to Corruption of the Champion Urta Special Edition. So this is gonna be part 3. As I know that last time I left, it sounded pretty much like I wouldn't do any more of the Urta Special Edition, but there's seriously one part left, so you're gonna do it, maybe even 2 parts. There's very much to read, but at least let's start recording right here, and let's start. Alright, I'm gonna start. I stopped last time in the middle of one place, so it's gonna be a little setback from where I stopped off last time. Slam yourself into you hard enough to drag your face across the ground. She utterly assaults your backside. A woman gone wild drunk on sex lost and PXXXX. Her DXXX thickens white lost and CXXX again, spraying you down with her thick, sticky viral semen. It's so potent that it feels like it's painting you with yellowed sponge. Every bit of the reproductive system stopped with the soon-to-be baby. A few squirts rolled out over you, Peter CXXX, dripping down below, but the bulk pumps directly into you, with belly running, force you climax again, and the orgasm on top of the orgasm, and shouldering legs give out, causing you to slide off Urta's member and fall to your side. She pumps her leg shut with both her fists, hosing you down with seed, and she empties last of her last atop you. The blink white memes of animal is splattering your face, and you fall back into the puddle, cradling your scratch out tummy. Below you, the snatch is gate in a nice round shape, which is distended a lot from your lover's bulge. CXX vein to slide inside, taking it all sides by velvet slickness. You doubt it stay like that, but it half brings a pleasant tingle to your orgasm's consciousness as you begin to slumber, coating when the familiar warmth enters you once more. Sweet dreams, a breathy voice whispers in your ear just before it begins to kiss you again. When you wake, you're pregnant, very pregnant. Whatever Urta just put inside you, it's developing fast. Fast enough to give you a wobbling gait and a straining midriff. You give the snoring fox a prod. Her only reaction is to swat at your fingers with a fluffy tail and roll over, snoring. So this time, you jab her hard in the butt cheek, and she yelps, sitting upright in midair. What was that for? Oh, God. Did I? Are you? When we need to get to you to the Covenant, she slutters on her way to this decision. You nod, you have no idea what the things is going to do to you body before it comes out, but having a magical gifted organization tending to your welfare will be a start. You just have to hope the demons don't make a move on the portal in your absence. Well, I think Jojo is pretty much a capable fighter, and Ember wouldn't let them come close, even if there were 1,000 of them. I think Ember would just set them all on fire and they would be dead for sure. Urta begins belting on her gear, and you do the same. Well, what still fits anyway. For added protection, your well-endowed lover shrouds you in a blanket, and taking your hand, she begins to lead you toward Hell Andrew. A few times you have to rest, tired and aching, feeling like your feet have swollen up. Urta is always there with a kind word and another smile, looping her arm under your own for support. The journey is uneventful, save for an incessant kicking in your middle. Before you know it, you're being weighed through the gates. Urta pushes you up and Adrian's back, and together the two of them hold you to the Covenant's tower. Countless guards have to be addressed at each step of the journey, but eventually you're brought to the comfortable chamber and allowed to rest. When the mages aren't proving you with magic, that is. Urda stays you by your side the entire time, never leaving, not even when she falls asleep on your shoulder, completely tucked out. You snuggle up against her and snooze with her under the vigilant eyes of your guards. If you weren't so hormonal and tired, you might have had a hard time falling asleep instead. Rest comes easily. Alright, this is well crazy. You wake to the pangs of labor and unmistakable force pushing and emerging from within you loudly. You yell, "It's coming!" Sorry, it's coming, which launches the room into a flurry of activity. Your water breaks, gushing from your very loose, wet PXXXX, and soaking the floor ahead of you with clear and fluid. One contract after another begins to hit you, causing you a small amount of pain as your cervix dilates, preparing to discharge that new life within you. Unfortunately for you, even with your labor rapid onset, it takes us in sweet time getting there. For nearly 5 hours you were kept waiting, cleansing Urta's hand for support whenever the pain became too much. The time passes with agonizing slowness, though the room fills with more and more wizard as your labor drags on. Soft blankets and pillows are gathered to protect the child when it exits your body. And thankful for begging to feel it moving round down your canal, it's your body complex to push and squeeze as hard as you ever tried. Then with a tremendous sucking frenzy chasing of pleasure, it slipped free. Well, it was easy. 5 hours later. Slick with the birthing fluids, a ball of fur, skin and bones, and rolls out into the gathered blanket. Exhaustion tries to claim you, but you pull yourself up to your forearms and squint at it. Wondering just what everybody is so excited about. It looks like a mess like any other newborn. It strikes you as odd that you feel no motherly affection to this little bundle. Well, I was a guy from the beginning, so I would be surprised at that myself. The ball unfolds itself, one spent leg at a time. Each comment is a short layer of fuzz. The limb seems too tiny, too frail, even for a creature new to this world. A hand distances itself from the rest of the mass, stringing the clear birding fluids behind it, revealing an equally frail-looking arm. You see its head now fox-like, with a long whooping muzzle and a large luminous eyes. The newborn rises on its newly revealed limbs and stretches, standing almost 5 feet tall when fully unfolded. 5 feet tall? What? How is that even possible? Alright, apparently this is child saying, "I live." The voice isn't spoken aloud, but inside you, inside your head. Your granddaughter is that she heard it too. The creature have just you correct yourself. Cocked its head towards Urta, giving your tight familiar pat. You filled with vigor and at the thought, the stress of the birth fading immediately. Even your poor tortured BXXXXX tingles, the pain fading. You can feel the pregnant gape receding as the birth never happened. Thank you, Urta father, the mental voice speaks again, unmatched by the newborn vocal chords. It approaches Urta comfortably with long looping steps, seeming almost unnatural in the way that the limbs seem to sway and dance. Just a few steps away from Urta is a moment of panic surges through you. What, uh, what if he hurts her? I don't think that's gonna happen, but okay. Uh, you start to rise and compose yourself between them, but Urta puts a resenting hand on your chest, flicking an emerald eyes towards you, beginning you not to interfere. You lay back down reluctantly. I shall uphold my end of the bargain, Urta. A tiny press against your foxy lover's middle, glowing amber in the dim lighting at the birthing chamber. Urta whimpers, knees the wobbling as the undergoing great pain. Relax, Urta. I have undone the damage caused by my presence, and bestowed a gift as well. No longer shall you suffer on infertility. Your vital and virality are now yours to command. Pregnant or father, the choice is yours, and yours alone. Berta looks nervously around the room, flicking her eyes between the assembly awestruck wizard and wise man. None but you and the Pacific Zeros might have heard this. Be well, Urta father, and should we meet again, do not expect my deals to be so favorable. Urta nods and at the child garden, now standing almost 5'6". He gives a wry smile and a mocking bow, then turns confidently loping down the hallway. The room erupts into chaos, the mages chasing after him, trailing at his heel. It seems Tauv can take care of himself, and for now you're got a newly fertile lover. The fox girl drags you into the huge hog, kissing you passionately. She whispers, "Thank you so much for getting me started on this road, Aspect Zero. I bet you're exhausted now, but come see me at the wet beach later, and maybe we could see is about starting a family. I mean, maybe there's a hope after all. That God was reincarnated." I'm actually gonna do that, but just because the story, this is just the beginning of the story. It's pretty long still if you're gonna cover all the corners, but I think I'm just gonna do the easy things. She helps leave the tower and arm in arm, saying her goodbye only after she talked you in to take a rest. Urda gives you a weary kiss and strobes back towards the city with a swagger in her step. You wonder if Taos helped the Covenant, or if they're bitten off more than can chew. Either way, it seems there's a potent ally on the field. So that was the story then. Actually, I'm gonna do one more thing. First, I'm gonna save, of course. Actually, there was a short a bit left than I thought, but I wouldn't manage to do it last time. Actually, for last time in Crucial Champion, actually my throat hurt so much that I couldn't be able to speak for the rest of the day. I'm gonna drink blood. Seriously. Just because I started my blood last time, it's like 3 days later, so I can't do that anyway. But at least this is just 15 minutes clip, but I'm still gonna end it here because seriously, well, that was the Urta special edition. I call it special edition, even though it's not a special edition. That's pretty much a normal part of the story. But I say that because, well, it's not every time this happens. No, actually, I heard that actually a friend of mine had played this and he couldn't find that story. He had a hard time finding it, and he had played more than me because I only play when I record. But actually, he just noticed that the story actually existed when he watched the first part of my clip, and uh, that's pretty funny. But at least hit like and subscribe, and I see you next time. BroFive!